Zori are Japanese sandals with a flat, frayed shape made from rice straw or other plant fibers. Apart from that, zori are also made of cloth, lacquered wood, leather, or synthetic materials. Zori was so popular at that time that during World War II several countries such as Australia, New Zealand and the United States made imitations of these sandals. Zori has a flat shape and at the bottom there are no teeth, or supporting pieces of wood that attach to the sole of the sandal. Meanwhile, at the top of the zori sandals there is a hook for the toes called hanao, which is made of cloth. When wearing it, hanao will separate the thumb from the other fingers. Apart from zori, there are also other typical Japanese sandals known as geta. Geta are traditional Japanese sandals that have been around since 1970. The uniqueness of geta sandals is the distinctive clodic sound that is often emitted when worn. Geta are wooden sandals that are popular mainly because of the teeth that come into direct contact with the ground when worn. Although rare, there are also geta that do not have teeth, but are both made of wood, known as pakuri geta. Pakuri geta has a thick sole and is usually used by maiko, the term for novice geisha, and girls for seki go-san events. Zori is usually worn when wearing formal Japanese kimono clothing and the surface is usually covered in leather, cloth or vinyl. In ancient times, many people wore a zori sandals made from woven straw. Before sandal designs became popular, at that time farmers wove their own sandals at home which were called waraji, and were usually worn as footwear when working. Zori also has various designs according to needs. Women's zori used for work are always made large at the heel with a rounded sole, so they are more like ordinary sandals. Meanwhile, for men's zori, it is made slightly round and flat. For weddings, zori women tend to wear ornate brocade fabrics combined with kimonos. At first, geta was not designed for fashion purposes. On the other hand, geta is worn with the aim of making it easier to mobilize when they have to wear a kimono. Kimonos generally have an elongated shape and hang down to the ankles, therefore, by using geta, the kimono will not be dragged by mud or snow. In modern times, geta is usually worn when wearing a yukata. It is considered a symbol of summer festivals and fireworks festivals in summer. Sushi dealers and chefs traditionally use very high rubber to keep some distance between themselves and food scraps on the floor. Sometimes these people even wear geta that have only one tooth, positioned right in the middle of the sole of the shoe called tengu geta. Even though the shape of the sandals is slightly different, the way to wear zori and geta remains the same as regular beach sandals. However, for those of you who are not used to it, you will definitely think that geta is very difficult to walk with. This assumption is not wrong, because it takes a lot of practice before young Japanese women can finally walk using the geta. So, that's a little review regarding zori and geta. If you are or will be traveling to Japan, zori and geta could be the right choice for typical souvenirs from the land of cherry blossoms.